Good evening. This is episode 1 of Greg's Gourmet, and today we're going to prepare a special treat for you guys. It's a personal favorite of mine. It's called grilled cheese. This is a very difficult process if you're a beginner, but the whole purpose of my show is to provide easy-to-view tutorials which you can then replicate in your own home kitchen, and you can enjoy these delicious gourmet meals that I'm going to show you how to make. So all you need beforehand is your trap bag. Today we have a 100% whole wheat trap bag, but you can choose any trap bag you want. You could choose potato, white, whole grain. I prefer a whole wheat. Next you need a bread tie. You can use any ordinary hair tie, zip tie, shoelace, anything you could really get your hands on. I've been doing this for years, so I have a bunch of bread ties available. And lastly, all you need is a salt shaker. Okay guys? It's that simple, you just need a salt shaker. So once you have all of those necessary components, you want to go out to your local forest, where I am right now, woodsy areas, places where there's a lot of trees, shrubbery, etc. We're fortunate enough to be in a temperate deciduous biome where you're going to find a lot of the ingredients that we need for grilled cheese. Introduce to you the trap bag. You could find this really anywhere, Target, Walmart, Kmart, Amazon, ShopRite, Stop and Shop, BJ's, you need a membership for that. Costco, you might need one for that too. Jet.com, that's a new one. eBay, Craigslist, you could really find them anywhere. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take the salt shaker. Any salt will do, kosher, unkosher. Okay, you don't wanna use snow removing salt. That won't be good. You're just gonna take your salt shaker, okay, trap bag, and sprinkle a little bit on the bottom there. This will attract the bread, because you know, bread's a really elusive creature. It's difficult to find. We're gonna lay this down right here. There's a sufficient amount of salt in there. You can be generous with it, it doesn't really matter. We're gonna leave this alone, because you know, if we're around it while the bread's sniffing out the salt, you don't want to scare it or anything like that. You're not gonna have bread for your grilled cheese. It's a pretty important part. So we're gonna go out to the rest of the forest and look for the next two components. So come, we just placed our trap bag. I've reduced my voice to a whisper because the rest of the ingredients are even more elusive than the bread. I also don't want to scare off any bread that might be traveling by to find the trap that we just placed. So the next thing you'll need to find the cheese that we need, and there's really, you can use any cheese you want. Munster, cheddar, mozzarella, provolone, pepper jack, really anything that you could think of. If you're really fancy, you might want to use a mild Gruyere. The most important thing you need for this is a dowsing rod. All you need for a dowsing rod is a stick that's sort of in the shape of a wishbone from like a Thanksgiving turkey. So you're just gonna hold it by both ends, just like this, with the stem pointing out forward. And right away you can sort of feel a cosmic energy drawing you towards the cheese. Follow this cosmic trail to the cheese. You really need to be one with your spiritual self. If you really don't believe that there is a cheese god, you're gonna have trouble finding cheese. I suggest waiting several days before doing this, and perhaps praying to your local cheese god before starting this process. Otherwise, the divine energy, it just won't be there. It just won't be there. So I feel it very strongly now. I think we're getting closer. You want to make sure you have silent footsteps. The foliage is not helping. There seems to be a trail. Okay, I'm feeling a shift. I'm feeling a shift. very strong here. I think we might be close. What I like to do is, if you give a little tension, it actually takes my own divinity from my bloodstream and makes it flow through the rod. And I think I see it right here. The thing about cheese is that they're very good at camouflage, especially at this time of year. So I'm going to approach it very silently. I can see it underneath the leaves, and it's right there. So I'm going to do what I like to call the Viper Strike. It's a technique that I've worked on for several decades now. So, now. Oh no! Okay. There we go, folks. Sargento, ultra thin, sharp cheddar, 45 calories a slice. We got it. Let's go find the butter. We just got our cheese. Now we need our butter. What I have here, this is an ancient technique used for capturing butter. This is sort of like an ancient radio antenna. It actually emits a specific type of wave that connects to butter's brain at a specific frequency and attracts them like a magnet. All these sticks here, you see how I've arranged them in this cone format. I've left a big port here so that the butter can just comfortably come into the center. We're just gonna leave this alone for now, check on the bread, and we'll come back and see what we get. So let's go check on the bread. So we have some bread. It's in our trap bag. That's very good. Now, the next step. You have to take the bread tongue that I showed you in the beginning, and you have to trap it inside the bag. So I'm going to employ the Viper Strike technique that I showed you earlier and try getting this bread tongue onto the bag. Alright. Now. Okay. Alright. So you just want to spin it like this. Alright, this is going to cut off oxygen to the bread. You want to get your tie on, twist it shut. There we go, guys. Bread for your sandwich. Alright, guys, so we're back at the ancient structure I showed you before. I can see that there's butter inside. The magnetism is extremely strong, okay, and it's pretty easy to shut it off. What you just got to do, you just want to, the hula hoop that was on here before, you just got to knock it off, which is, it's an easy process, I promise. You just gotta, you know, give it a couple whacks, give it a little whacks, a couple whacks. So that's not coming off. So now you must be thinking, all right, it's not coming off. What do you do now? You gotta go into the structure. You wanna grip the butter, take your other hand, okay, and I'm applying a little bit of pressure, and you wanna just slowly twist. Just gonna pull up, and there you go. Nice, good stick of butter. Let's head back to the kitchen and make ourselves a grilled cheese. Now we can start making the actual grilled cheese sandwich. All these animals in their containment are probably dead by now, which is good. The only problem with that, like all animals that are killed when they're made for food, is that all the hormones that are responsible for producing the emotion of fear are now frozen throughout their bodies. This is perfect for Halloween because you will feel uncontrollable fear as you eat this sandwich, and that's what we really want when we try our grilled cheeses. Now this end piece here, we're just gonna throw that in the trash like that. So this animal comes pre-sliced. You just want to remove 2 segments. I believe this is a member of the annelid family, something like an earthworm, where it's a segmented animal for our butter. So we're gonna undo this wrapping, spread out. So you just want to take a good slice out of there. I know, guys, just hang there with me. I know this is boring, but trust me, it's about to get real fun real quick. The best part about this is that once you capture the ingredients out in the wild, you really don't have to do it again for a while, because you get so much so quickly. I mean, Look at that, 18 ultra thin slices of cheese. I don't have to go out hunting for cheese for, I don't know, maybe a few sandwiches or so. Someone's gonna be eating grilled cheese for the next week. So, now that we have our butter nice and spread on there, you now flip the slices over, and you wanna go into your cheese. So I'm gonna be using 4 slices for my sandwich. It's a little more generous. Nice and set, we're gonna flip over this half. So now we've got ourselves an uncooked or raw grilled cheese. Okay, so the way to test to see if your pan is ready for to throw a nice raw grilled cheese on there, you just want to give it a quick splash with some water. That's sizzling, you know you're good to go. So you're gonna carefully pick up your raw cheese, because it's not a grilled cheese, and you're gonna place it just like so, and we're gonna put a low fan on so that all the smoke that rises from the process doesn't set off our fire alarm. It's quite a beautiful process, really. Same thing as when you're hunting for deer and you make some deer jerky, or if you go down to Australia, get some kangaroo jerky. If you go to Iceland and get some whale bacon, you know, the fruits of your labor when making a grilled cheese, you really feel satisfied, and I personally can't wait until this is finished. So it's getting quite melty. That might be our cue to flip this over. Alright? So you're just going to apply some pressure so it doesn't come undone, and flip. Perfect. That browning, that's exactly what you want. This is going to be a fantastic grilled cheese, let me tell you folks. A good telltale for when your sandwich is about to be finished, just take a look at the cheese. If the cheese starts to melt down the side there, that's when you know you're pretty good. We're going to take that off. We'll turn off our heat. Okay. Place it on our plate. You're just going to cut it. Now, it's very important that you cut the sandwich in a diagonal line so you get 2 triangular slices. If you cut down the middle to get 2 rectangular slices, your sandwich isn't going to taste as good. That doesn't only apply to grilled cheese, that is sort of like a universal law of sandwich making. It's actually a law you could look up on Wikipedia. It's called Greg's Law for sandwiches. So we're gonna cut down diagonally. It doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as it's not 2 rectangular halves. Take a look at that, folks. Now, taste test, of course.